A new supreme leader in Iran and a new call for resistance. And while toxic oil rains from the sky, Tehran's Gulf neighbors are hitting back. Under cover of airstrikes, Iran's clerics have chosen their new leader, sending a clear message to Israel and the US about where this war is going.
آیت‌الله سید مجتبی حسینی خامنه‌ای حفظه الله تعالی را.
We continue to resist as long as it takes. Our dignity is not for sale.
In a pivotal moment in Iran's history, Mujtaba Khamenei was chosen to replace his father as Iran's supreme leader. He's viewed as a hardliner with close ties to the powerful Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, as well as political and business establishments. The 56-year-old cleric didn't just lose his father on the first day of the war. That airstrike on the supreme leader's residence also killed his mother, his wife, and his daughter. He now steps in to fill Iran's political vacuum and will look to unite the government, the clergy, and the Revolutionary Guard. All three have already pledged their support. The supreme leader is the most powerful political and religious figure in the country, with direct control over Iran's army and its IRGC. The decision to pick him to succeed his father signals hardliners are now in control. It signals continuity and defiance, and there's already been threats from some US lawmakers. Senator Lindsey Graham tweeted that it was a matter of time before he meets the same fate as that of his father. Meanwhile, on the ground, Iran is facing a growing environmental disaster. This black smoke you're seeing, it's oil mixed with rainwater after Israeli strikes hit energy infrastructure for the first time. Fuel depots, refineries, and petrochemical facilities were hit, igniting massive fires across Tehran and other industrial regions. Millions of people in the capital are now struggling with toxic air and rain, posing serious health risks. Iran's attacks on its Gulf neighbors have continued, as have the casualties. Yesterday, 2 people were killed in Saudi Arabia when an intercepted missile landed on a residential building. Another 2 people were killed in Kuwait. On Sunday, the Arab League met to condemn Iran's attacks, saying they've kept out of the war so far, though there are signs that could change. The United Arab Emirates released this footage showing its air force downing 2 Iranian drones that entered its territory. But perhaps the most concerning development to Gulf nations was a strike that damaged a water desalination plant in Bahrain. It came a day after an attack on Iran's Qashm desalination plant. The Gulf is one of the most arid regions on Earth, and smaller nations like Bahrain, Qatar, and Kuwait could run out of drinking water within weeks if their plants are destroyed.
فإنه لا يؤسفنا ما تعرضت له بلادنا العزيزة والدول العربية والشقيقة والدول الصديقة من اعتداءات غير مسبوقة لا يمكن تبريرها تحت أي ذريعة من قبل إيران.
In Israel, Iranian strikes appear to be more frequent and are causing destruction in central areas, including in Tel Aviv. Israeli officials have been saying Iran's missile capability has been degraded, but the IRGC says it can continue for another 6 months at the same pace. There also appears to have been an underestimation of Hezbollah's capabilities in Lebanon, with waves of rocket and drone launches, including an attack on a naval base in Haifa. In southern Lebanon, 2 Israeli soldiers were killed, their first casualties since the war ignited. There's also rising civilian casualties. More than 400 people have now been killed by Israeli forces and 500,000 forcibly displaced. The human cost of this war is rising, but so too is the economic one. For the first time, the oil price has surpassed $100 a barrel. That's the highest it's been since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And with the Strait of Hormuz closed and production cuts by Gulf nations, that price is expected to continue to surge, pushing up the price of food, transportation, and commodities all over the world. But US President Donald Trump has once again dismissed concerns, saying it was a small price to pay for, quote, world safety and peace. That's all from me today. Stay with us on Al Jazeera as we update you on everything you need to know about the war on Iran.